Recording again. Welcome to the fourth season of the Possibility Coaching Training, and I'm welcoming this team. It looks complete to me. Even there's one person not joining, but at the moment this is who we are, and this is the team. And I want to mention that some logistics. Katrin is as an apprentice here in the space. Katrin Jele. She joined already the second season, right? The second season you were participant and were becoming coach, and then the third and now the fourth season she is joining as an apprentice to soon take over or also create a possibility coaching training with probably others. So this might be also your future calling to empower the coaches, the next generation. So it's even we are now focusing on coaching, there's a step ahead as well. So I'm also addressing you as the next trainers, not only coaches. Yeah, cool. So are there any questions, any logistical questions before we move into the training? Is there anything to add, Katrin, what I'm missing before we start in building context?
We will check the logistics for the course with the EHPs and the 4 cells afterwards.
Yeah. So there will be EHP dojos as mentioned, and also some other experiments Katrin will propose, and we put this at the end of the training today so that we are not stuck in logistics at the beginning. Cool. Super. So I want to open the door a bit. Oops, I'm sorry, you got small. I want to open the door a bit into the territory of possibility coaching. What is it actually? And then also, Katrin, if you have something to add, just go ahead. It's a collaboration. And also for you, we are a team here. It's not like I know it, Katrin know it, and you are the students, but you already bring a lot of experience. And the main purpose of the training, as I mentioned in all the calls with you personally, is about shifting your identity into a possibility coach, which is mainly get out of your way and let the forces of nature do their work. And usually in modern society, like the coaching and the therapy sessions, they are all relating somehow to a concept, to a structure, what they invented, and they found something out, and then they are replicating it again and again. And possibility coaching also is referring to different kind of distinctions and tools and what we are using in possibility management. And it's not a fixed thing, or it is not a linear path which you're guiding people through. For example, I know Teal Swan, she invented the completion process, which is a 18-step process. Of course, it can also loop back and forth, but at the same time, it's a journey. And EHPs and possibility coaching is not like that. There's not a linear plan where you can go. At the same time, every person is so unique on the journey that they have their path, and it's very nonlinear, but still there during the journey it opens up the next step, especially for this person. So in hindsight, it's like when you look back after some months, it has a logic in it, but a very personal and unique logic of evolution. There's no logical thing of you tick the list off. But if you turn around, it's like, yeah, that makes so much sense because of your inner structure, of your patterns, of your emotional charge, if of your situation, that made it so necessary that the next step was evolving, or you called in something. For example, what I very often see is in possibility coaching is that people say, I want to become also a coach, or I want to get a relationship, or I'm stuck in relating to my parents. And then this focus is actually steering up everything what we are working on in possibility coaching sessions. It's like there's a need, there's a necessity, there's a driver in the person, and then the different territories of possibility coaching comes alive. And the different territories are mainly related to the different bodies what we are working with. So we are working with the mental body, with the physical body, with the emotional body and energetic body, and also the archetypal body, which is then, if if we are taking care of how can I say, like taking care of the blockages of where life force is blocked by different patterns, thought maps inside of ourselves, like specific memes, then we are we are blocking ourselves, and then it's not unfolding what actually wants to unfold. So these different territories we are tapping into during this course of 10-11 weeks. And for example, of course, we are doing in the emotional body, there are emotional healing processes necessary. And in the emotional body, there is also feelings work necessary, which is not only emotions, but also feelings, right? Like how to navigate with feelings. And in a one-on-one coaching, you probably would start working with the client to move into this territory. And the PM game world invented rage clubs and fear clubs, where you can also tap into for, like, as a resource for your client. So the feelings phase, like how to start feeling, is partly also part of the coaching. And then you will reach kind of an edge where the person would need a team on their side, more experiments, where it's where the teamwork is actually emphasizing the ability to feel, because the variety of consciousness, or like the beings in this space, is supporting the learning, the rapid learning. And another domain, of course, is the physical body, which you use as an entry point, or you can use as an entry point, but we are not so much focused on that. Besides the healing part of the feeling practitioners, they are working a lot with the body. So I know, Sandra, you want to focus on this as a speciality, as you told me, right? So there, the body sensations, also the illnesses are doorways for healing. But how we are using the physical body in possibility coaching is we are checking what are the postures, what are the mimics of the person, what the gestures, how does the person speak. So all this is also information for us as a coach to see where the person is. So we are also using the information, even we are not diving classically into the body. Then, of course, the mental body is a huge territory where it's about checking what is the structure in the person, are the mimetic structures. And mimetic structure is like the meme is the smallest part of a thought. Like the gene is the smallest part of a DNA, the meme is the smallest part of a thought and a decision, actually a decision you made in the past. And mimetic engineering is one huge part of possibility coaching, or like it's one territory you're moving into, and you learn how to do this. And the mental body is also addressed when you land distinctions in your client, give them different thought maps as a food for their mind. Because if the mind is not going with you, like the distinction lands first in the mental body and then lands in the other bodies. But first you're hearing them, and it goes into the mental body. So this is how we are addressing the mental territory. And then what do I want to add? Is there anything I'm missing in the mental territory, Katrin?
No, I am waiting for the energetic body.
Yes, it's coming, because it's really a huge territory. The energetic body, it's all about awareness. And there are so many different territories of awareness, especially all the tools what we have as possibilitators in class, like in as a basic, like the sword, the wand, the is glue, the feelings detector, the low drama detector, the gun, how is it, the Colt,
Voice
the
blaster.
voice blaster, and all these different kind of tools is also what you first of all need to embody and know that they are there as a possibility coach, but it's also tools to pass on to your client. It's like, this is really working, so I'm giving you the next energetic tool, and how to speak about them, and to bring the clarity what they are for, and how your client can can use it and really apply it in a very efficient way, and also to create experiments together in the coaching session for this, so that they already get an experience what it's like, and it does not stay a mental construct. And what is also in the energetic is how to declare, what is a commitment, attention, noticing, scanning. It's very often on the energetic level, and where it comes together also with like the scanning is also what I perceive a lot is using your fear, your conscious fear, to scan to connect with your surrounding. And the energetic spaces, or like the energetic body, is also addressed when it comes to holding first position, for example, or minimizing your now, right? That you need to minimize your now, but also your clients are, like, if they are not in the here and now, nothing will change. They are trapped in the past, and you're not really you're not in the alive space. You're in the past, you're repeating something, and you're hooked on stories or onto a fantasy world. So it's also about you unhooking yourself again and again, coming into the here and now, first position, and be the space, and be not attached to the client stories. Katrin, what do you want to add? Because you wanted to throw something in for the energetics.
No, you pointed out very well just sometimes the feeling of timing, or the feeling you are thinking of somebody and he calls in this minute. This is also referred to the energetic body.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the understanding like how to navigate the space. And when we are talking about space, we are not talking about the room, right? You're sitting in. We are talking about energetic spaces.
And Christina, you already mentioned that it is also about becoming space. And for me, it was, I am a person who is very much in the mental body, and I try to know how it functions. And it was, or it is still, a way to let it sink into the groundedness and centeredness. So really this energetic body becomes alive or becomes activated, or I am connected with this energetic body, and like this space happens.
Great. Thank you.
I have to add something.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. How to use my gremlin by holding space is an interesting point, because I have a client and she's getting always back to stories from the past, and I try to put her back in the now, and she always goes back, and I feel I use my anger in a clear way. But if this happens 3 or 4 times, I feel like stuck, and I get a little in this gremlin anger. So why doesn't it work? What is wrong? Yes, and this is my gremlin shows me the way what is going wrong right now. But when this light of anger shows up, I'm not open enough to get an idea or something. How can I shift the space? And these parts are playing also in me, in this space of holding space.
Yeah, and we definitely will go also in this territory, how to hold space when there's an activated gremlin or an unconscious gremlin on the other side. We are definitely going also in this territory and diving into that. And then bring in all your research, what you already have, but also your questions, so that we can check together and also invent exercises and practices in this session together. And that's really an invitation for all of you, that you are bringing actually the driving questions into the space. What do you want to learn? What is the next step? What are your resistances, especially when you have resistance to do a specific experiment, what we are proposing for each week? Then also bring this in. It's like, or what are you researching? Oops, sorry, and bring this in. It's like this is food for us. Like there's no curriculum, but we have no agenda in these 10 weeks or 11 weeks. We have territories we will definitely tap into, and you are also co-creating this because you have the questions, you have the necessity, and you want to dismantle yourself into a new space. And the invitation is really to make a dive in with your head into the liquid state ahead, that kind of jump fully into the pool of transformation. So that it's not because if you're not transforming yourself into the new identity, you will just repeat what you are right now. And at the moment you want to become a coach, if you're not transforming, or like a possibility coach, you stay the same. It's like the invitation is take the ride, jump in and use all the wormholes into the past and check what is actually blocking you from already delivering possibility coaching, and then to learn.
And Christine, I would
Yes.
like to answer
Great.
to Sarah's question.
Okay, go ahead. Okay,
So
but keep it short.
what I hear,
Yeah.
yes, I have the question, could it be, Sarah, that it is not okay, or you have a memetic construct that it is not okay to go away? And when your client goes away again and again, you start to get hooked.
Yes, maybe. It's when I see she's coming to that point where an emotion shows up, then she starts the next story. This is why and this is why, but always in the mental body. And going back, yeah, is yeah, it makes you're right. Yes, later is the door.
And then it can be helpful to mirror that to the client and telling her, hey, I opened you the door to dive into the emotion. You didn't take the door. What is happening?
Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes.
Cool. Super.
I have two questions. The first one is
Volker, you're quite low. Would you?
quite low. I don't know why. Un momento, I will see. Do that one.
Not really. Like I can hear you. So go ahead.
Now it's better?
Yes, much better.
All right. So I have two questions. And my first question is, you were mentioning the memetic engineering, and I also understand that it is something mental, memetic, memory, or whatever. But I also perceive it as energetic pictures, or these constructs which we are building up, or this what I have around my heart, or whatever, what I find out. So they are called memetic constructs, but I find them quite energetic. So how is there any distinction about that?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Like a memetic construct is, for example, your construct about school or relationship or family or money. And there might be energetic boundaries involved. So like when you dive into a memetic construct, you will feel something. So it's also connected and interlinked to the emotional body and also to the energetic body. But we call it memetic construct because this is kind of the fundamental structure. And then the energetic is kind of I perceive it as a consequence of the memetic construct. The energetic, how the energetic in us is building up, is a consequence. And the emotion is kind of the glue, which is binding everything together. And an emotional or like an energetic block, what you're mentioning, for example, a technology which we invented, it's a different thing. It's more like you have something in your heart, and then you put the heart, or like you how to say, you pack the heart into a metal ball or something, and to squeeze it because you don't want to feel anymore. That would be a technology you invented. So not to feel in this example, or not to to numb yourself in a way, in a different way.
Yes,
And
yes.
the mimetic construct is actually, it's more fundamental. Like it has a wider span in us. It's almost like it keeps the different box, how I often see it. I'm not sure if it's 100% like this, but who cares? It's like all the mimetic constructs are the structure also from our box, and the box is much bigger, but it's also a construct, for example, about relationship and how you want to have an intimate relationship, what you learned from mother and father, or grandfather and grandmother, or from society. This is packed. It's a little box in the bigger box, right? And so it's different. It's different. What you like. Does it clear your question?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. There was one. And the
Yes,
second?
I would later like to go into these constructs more. So
Super. We will go
Yeah.
there. We will have a full session only about mimetic constructs.
great.
Great.
And
And the other question was about what you said before Katrin took over, this wormholes, and what you said that we give us into this fully. There is not meant EHP dojos. There is when something comes up to bring it here, yeah, to find the survival strategies what we are just in, or the
Yeah, it's like, of course, also to bring the emotional healing processes which are coming up into the EHP dojos, but maybe also in your 3 or 4 cell, right? That you address it there and say, look, I want to work on that. Or if you have a question, of course, bring it in here. And first, you can also bring it to your 3 cell, but use the liquid state as the driving force. I think this is what I wanna tell. It's not if you're not going liquid, something is holding you back, and something is defending actually to become the next identity, what you are here for. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Super.
Thank you.
do we get any maps of the distinctions, like in the lab?
So far, I did not do some maps. You can draw your own maps, and I have, for example, this map. I can make a picture and send it to you, but it's not like, it's non-linear. It's chaotic. But of course, if you want to have this map, I'm glad to send it to you. I will make a picture and
Yes,
send it
that
in
would
the
be
group.
great.
Cool. Super. Anything else to add? If not, I want to shift into the next space. Cool.
I have one question about the mimetic constructs. It's small. I know here that we're going to go deeper into it, but is it also, I heard you say like the little box and the bigger box, and something you said made me wonder if it's also just the type of way that we think that goes into like the right wrong sort of thinking, like this is the right way or this is not a good way or things like that. Is that a part of mimetic constructs?
Yes, definitely. Because the construct has a structure and has an edge, which keeps us inside of this framework we were building. So there's always an kind of a good and bad, a right and wrong included, because this is how you made the distinction between out there and inside. Right? definitely it will be a part. But it's not the only thing. But it will be in a specific way. It will be part of it, because it's almost like this good, bad, right, wrong is creating the edges of this, inside, outside, they, me, over there, inside, outside. It's like this inner territory of, okay, I'm like, this is me, this is where I'm safe, this is okay, I'm fine, I'm right, they are wrong, or I'm a good person then and they are bad. And so yes, it is definitely it depends on the construct, and it depends of course on the personal structure, and yes, it is a part of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
What we want to move into is to open the space for scanning and noticing, and train your muscle what you perceive, because this is one of the main things as a coach or a therapist or space holder, scanning and noticing what is happening in the space, and to train these muscles. So every one of you, one by one, is invited to speak 3 minutes and answer 2 questions. Who am I? And who do I want to become? And everyone else, grab something to write, and you have 3 minutes, like the one person is talking and speaking, and it's actually like this is where I am, and this is who I am, and it's also like an introduction space, but not as a kind of a normal check-in. We are using it as food for us as coaches, right? And everyone else is scanning and noticing what is going on in the 5 bodies of the person who is speaking. What are you noticing about the box, about the gremlin, about different ego state, what you may be already aware of, you have knowledge, we will also go deeper into that. So everything what you already know, what you already have experienced, like as distinctions, you're scanning. And then afterwards, we're going to use this of giving that you give each other feedback and coaching, or between not coaching but feedback. You're giving each other the X on the map, and you learn where you are starting, and you will get different perspectives from your team, so that you really know where you are starting from. And at the same time, you're practicing, of course, scanning and noticing all the time. Like from now on, never stop noticing and scanning. Great. Whatever this means, we will practice again and again. The understanding what you know about scanning and noticing. Okay. Great. Any questions about that for the first phase? Sydney, I cannot hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I don't have a question. I would just like to share that everyone is frozen on my screen. So it's going to impact my ability to scan. Okay. And I just took my phone off Wi-Fi. I didn't know if it was like a Wi-Fi thing. Now a couple of people are moving very slowly, so it could change in a short time, but that's what's occurring on my end over here.
Okay, thank you. So last time, because I really love this, getting your X on the map, we had a similar approach, and there was no introduction and scanning at the beginning. So it also works if you just sit in front of the person and start, you know, and you scan the person when you're sitting in front, and this will be then the next phase. Now we are starting with your introducing yourself, and all others are scanning what you're noticing. Okay. And I have a timer, and I will tell you. Or Katrin, would you be the timekeeper?
Yes,
Yes? Cool.
yes.
Super.
And I want to mention that it is also possible to scan the voice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So I will nominate someone and then the person is also nominating the next one. So you have no idea when it's your turn. Oh. I would start with Scott. So the two questions are, who are you and what do you want to become? Or who do you want to become?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, there's
You're echoing.
There's
You're
echoing.
Scott.
Okay.
Sydney, I think it's the audio from your computer echoing into my mic. Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's muted. Great.
Cool. Okay. Hmm. My screen is also freezing every now and then. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
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 Okay. All right. I'm going to start. I am Scott Hilburn. I am committed to growth in my life, in myself. I am a very passionate person. Often, like the things that I'm into, I get very passionate about them. I am experiencing some resistance in answering this question right now. Who am I? I see myself as a very spiritual person. I identify as being a soul and a body and here to learn lessons in life. And I'm very committed to the things that I do, and I have a high level of integrity. I enjoy nature. I am in a relationship with Sydney. We've been married for 6 years and together for almost 12. I am just committed to leaving this world better than I found it and serving others. It's a driving force in me. I'm becoming more who I'm becoming is someone who doesn't hold himself back as much. There's a way that I hold myself back from fully giving, from fully letting what wants to move through me. So I am becoming that more of an open channel with more space for my being to come forward. I am becoming more centered, more unhookable, I'm becoming more grounded.
And time is
I'm
over.
becoming. Cool. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Who's next? Who do you choose, Scott?
I choose Sarah.
I knew before you said that you choose me. Okay, my name is Sarah. I did a lot of things in my life, and after my first Rage Club, I got much deeper to the ground of the reason why I'm here. I have a huge garden, and my necessity is to build woods with food. I get hurt when if I see fields without food. I live in Germany and it's winter and I feel a lot of fear. I love to be with human when they show who they are. And also I shut myself my whole life behind glass. I painted a picture 20 years ago with me under a glass couple, and since I did my Fear Club, I know why I do this. I'm here to let out what I packed deep inside me. And every time one of my friends or clients or whoever I have contact with, my son or my husband, I say something or do something and I get a reflection that it made them happy or gave them an aha effect or something like that. Think, yes, these are the moments why I am here in this life. And I don't need any more much money or all the things I thought about when I was 18 or 15. I only want to live in contact with the people around me, and I want to look deep into my underworld, because there is also much space. I see all this space of bright principles, and I can touch them like touching water. And also I see all these dark. Thank you.
You can finish your sentence.
I can see also the dark side, and I also want to dig in there, because there is also gold. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next, Sarah? Who do you choose?
Volker, I choose.
Hello. So I'm Volker. I feel fear to speak now. I found out in the last month that there's also a lot of anger, which I don't dare to show. I am in a man's journey at the moment beyond repair, and I find that we are working a lot with anger, and I find out that I basically, yeah, I want to work more with anger because I resist, or I take it all back always, my anger, to not show it. And yeah, it felt very good when I had the chance just to even say I hate you to somebody. I have a lot of sadness as well. I have a strong gremlin probably, and I use also sadness or my gremlin is also using sadness to cover anger or also fear. I feel fear to talk in front of many people. I am better when I'm only with one person. So I like to give coachings or EHPs, and there are people who really got some gold out of it. But if there are more people, it sometimes I get stuck. I get stuck in my fear, or that I am, in some constructs, and some mimetic constructs that I have to let the other one talk. Where I want to go is to freedom, to be free of these survival strategies. I can find out more and more in my system, or to transform them. And I want to give people the chance also to transform their whatever is in them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next?
I choose Sandra.
I feel a lot of fear because I have to speak English. So it's my first time that I do it. Yeah. I live in Switzerland with my husband and two kids, and yeah, that I got on this way was that I was not so connected with my kids. So, and yeah, I would like to be more in connection with me and with my kids and my husband. And yeah, and I know from the last other sessions that I do not use my fear. I only use the sadness and the rage and not the fear. So then I put all my mothers together, and so that I can't be open. Yeah. And I would like to go deeper so that I can feel my fear and to look what are my fears so that I can do more. Yeah. And I want to be a channel for other people to that they can transform or that they can heal. And I also want that there can be more another medicine, so that that perhaps there is the usual medicine, and also that the feelings are so wichtig, so important. Yeah, and so it's for me so important, and I think it's for healing it's so important. It's between the physical body and the energetic body, and so I like to be in the nature and with animals. At the moment, we have got a dog here, and it's such a mirror for me. I'm quite connected with him at home, but if I am outside with him, if he is got free, then it's very good. But if I have to say a clear yes, you have to come back. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
What is then?
Yeah,
if you finish the sentence.
Then he doesn't come back.
He doesn't come back. Okay.
Right now, yes, he comes back, but sometimes not at the moment. But we have got only the dog for some days now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Who's next?
Sydney.
Hello. Okay, the question is, who am I and who do I want to become?
Yes.
Who am I? Yes. I'm Sydney, and I'm really devoted to growing and learning because it's fulfilling and it brings a lot of excitement and makes life interesting. Well as like all of the things that are within growing and learning, and if anything within evolving and really even expanding my box, all of that is like to get beyond the box and to know more of my being, to there's this way I'm really devoted, and my biggest inspiration is always to know myself more, whether that's through any avenue of the 5 bodies. I mean, being in nature, having spaciousness. People are really important to me. Supporting other people in their growth is really important to me. I think about other people a lot. It's part of who I am, is like, there's this way that I'm constantly not only thinking of like my own growth and what I need, but also like what other people need and what would be supportive to them. And there's just a way that I always include people in my mind. It's a way that I love people. And who do I want to become? Right now, what's alive for that is, I just want to become fully aware of my being, myself, my mission. I just want to be free. I want to be liberated. I want to, and not just like in this physical world, but in my consciousness. I want to be connected to God. I want to become unhookable. I want to become someone that's so deeply in my center at all times, and that when I'm not, that I know how to bring myself back to myself. I also want to unlock this. There's like this deeper mission, and the part of myself that thinks about others and wants to support others. Like I've done so much with that, and then there's more that really wants to be birthed.
Thank you. So there's Alice left.
Yes.
Yes. My name is Alice, and I'm dialing in from the Women's on Earth Bridge House in Brazil. And this also means that right now I hardly know who I am anymore. Like I'm in this, I came from some weeks of really being in the swamp to now not resisting the swamp anymore and just being in this like huge liquid state. And I notice how much I'm in love with the nature of Brazil. It touches me deeply, especially to see those the variety of the birds here and those like the jungle and the oversized big leaves. It really touches me on a deep level and rearranges my inner structure and my connection to Gaia. And as I'm here also with women, I'm so passionate about holding space, especially for women. And being with them, connecting to women in a very authentic way. Also being with this, what I call the feminine pain. And I'm becoming a person who practices like the smallest here now I could possibly be in. And I notice that my gremlin wants to make it bigger, like in the past and the future. And I'm becoming a woman who finds out her own boundaries and with her rage keeping the consequences. And I'm becoming a woman who wants to support other women also in this journey to find the boundaries and to set the consequences so that I and they can like surrender in it and opening their heart into it. I'm becoming a person who finds out what makes life choosy for myself. What do I want to create, and how do I hold space in every second of the day for myself and then also for others. And also I'm becoming a person who who shares this in my space holding and coaching session with other people, what I learned, the skills, the tools.
Thank you.
Cool.
I also would like to say something.
Great. Go ahead.
For me, it is very interesting to be here in this space. It is for my third time, and I realized that something shifted, and I feel sadness to be here with you and to realize you are my team and I am on your team. In the last season, I was so stressed to bring value or to show what I can. And I realized that it is not about that anymore. It is about being with and about connection and yeah, there I want to grow more inside, and I also want to use more my anger to become visible and to bring my value in. And when I say my value, I mean more this, what wants to come through, what is knocking at the door and wants to be said, because I'm also someone who can hold back myself very well. And I am here to be bold, and I'm here to be also a conscious asshole. And maybe I also will create a mess by going non-linear and not doing what my good girl box wants me to do, just also to bring aliveness into the space. And to be here, that, yeah, that evolution can strive.
Yay.
That's it. And I invite you to, yeah, to be with me and to show up and bring yourself in and take a risk. I like it when it starts to be messy, because then something happens and aliveness is there. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. So the next step on this journey, thank you for, first of all, to show yourself and to be present, and at the same time give food to us. It's like, this is the the lovely gift. Be present and speak, and then you're already food for our research altogether. How cool is this? So I will throw you in 3 breakouts, two people each. And Katrin and me, we are jumping around. I already gave you co-host, Katrin, so you can jump around. And you have 10 minutes each. You will see the timer going down. So organize yourself, because when I'm moving around, it might be that I'm a bit off. But I will send a message, please change, but it might be just to the point. So observe and take your own timing, please. Great.
So that's
And
5 minutes per person?
no, it's 10 minutes each.
10 minutes.
What is it
each
about?
person.
So the thing, you have noticed something about the person you will be in the breakouts. And the kind of, there's the first layer is what you already have noticed before. And then after 5 minutes, shift into this, what are you noticing now? So it's activating your scanner in the here and now and check what is there. And having not already something what you can grab on, but be in the present, centered, grounded, bubbled, and also have the workspace around you. Does everyone know how to do this? Like creating the workspace, like a golden cube around you and your client, and
Yes.
also to have this grounded with a black grounding cord. Great, super. This is what you do when you enter the breakout. You check if you're in first position, create the golden cube, you're also grounded, and then the person with a whatever, shorter hair starts, and then you're shifting after 10 minutes. Great. Super. Have fun, and I will jump around with Katrin.
You put me in room 1.
Yeah, you don't go. You just, I need to put you somewhere. I cannot leave you out.
I find my way.
Great. Where do you go?
Yeah, I start with the room 1.
Perfect. Go. I go in 2. Super.
Ich hab gefühlt, dass du irgendwie von deinem Herzen aus sprichst, dass du ein großes Herz hast und dass da zwar Angst war, aber dass ja, du mit Liebe von dir gesprochen hast und wo du stehst und wo du hin willst.
Genau, Sandra, für den Anfang. Be
Ja.
not nice. Sei einfach nicht, also es geht nicht ums jetzt, wie das kannst du am Schluss hinhängen, sondern gib Sarah ein akkurates X auf der Landkarte, wo du denkst, dass sie noch Potenzial hat, oder? Da, wo es schon läuft, es läuft. Du musst es nicht wie schön büscheln, sondern sag ihr da, gib ihr die Kante, wo sie andocken kann, wo sie weitergehen kann und sich erweitern. Das, wo es heiß wird. Cool. Und du hast was von Angst gesagt. Geh da einfach auch noch mehr drauf ein. Zum Beispiel der Emotionalkörper, da habe ich Angst wahrgenommen. Das, was auch immer.
Ja, mein Problem ist gar nicht, dass ich so viel warm genommen habe in dem Moment.
Dann nimm sie jetzt wahr. Dann nimm sie
ja.
einfach jetzt wahr.
Genau.
Und vertrau das, was da kommt.
Ja. Ich sehe jetzt, dass du wie in so einer Erwartungshaltung bist, oh, was kommt jetzt? Und wie die Angst nicht ganz fließen lässt durch deinen Körper. Dass du innerlich wie ein bisschen angespannt bist. Dein Äußeres zeigt es nicht ganz so, aber dein Inneres, ja, was kommt da jetzt? Und ja. Das ist der emotionale Körper. Und ja, wenn du deine Angst nutzt, dann und dich weiter, du könntest wenn du deine Angst größer machst und mehr deinen Körper öffnest, du hattest ja von deinen Klienten gesprochen, dann wirst du auch noch mehr.
Genau, jetzt gehst du ins Coaching rein, Sandra. Gib ihr
Ja.
einfach nur das X auf der Landkarte. Also im Moment, oder? Das ist jetzt die Übung. Das X
Ja.
auf der Landkarte und geh vielleicht einfach einen Körper nach dem anderen durch. Und sobald du das sagst, okay, deinen physischen Körper, dann schwingst du dich ja auch auf ihren physischen Körper ein. Und vielleicht merkst du dann irgendwie, da zwickt's mich oder, also weißt du, du bist ja dann das Resonanzfeld von ihr.
Ja, genau. Ja.
Genau. Genau. Go.
Ich habe den Eindruck, dass dein Herz ganz schnell geht und im Moment ganz schnell pocht. So. Dass deine Augen mich versuchen zu fixieren. Und dass du jetzt gerade irgendwie wie wechselst in deinen mentalen Körper rein. Also ich merke zumindest irgendwie eine Energie zwischen meiner Nase hier oben, also da, so auf der Stirn. So. Und gerade merke ich, wie ich so ein Stück nach hinten gedrängt werde, wie dass dein energetischer Körper, glaube ich, größer wird und wie nach vorne geht und dadurch ich, wie in meinem energetischen Körper, mich gerade zurückdrängen lasse. Genau. Ja.
Na, und was siehst du zum Beispiel bei ihrer Box? Was macht ihr Gremlin? Welchen Ego-Zustand oder Zustände hast du vorhin auch gescannt, wahrgenommen?
Ich glaube, die Box würde jetzt gerne den Raum verlassen. Also, dass du nicht hier sein möchtest und nicht gerne gescannt wirst. Ja. Und dein Gremlin auch sauer auf mich ist, wenn das so jetzt gesagt wird, so, dass er das nicht gerne hören will, dass da jetzt Wut irgendwie aufkommt. Ja.
Welche
Und jetzt aber
ja, cool, go.
Ja, noch so eine Freude, das überspielen will. So, ja, nein, das ist gar nicht so. Und das finde ich mal nett. Mhm. Und in deinen Backen her, in deinen, so, wird wie was zurückgehalten. Eigentlich würdest du jetzt gerne was sagen wollen. Genau. Und das jetzt, die Angst, die wächst weiter, also die wird größer. Irgendwie, weil das Herz schneller geht, der Puls geht höher. Es mischt sich aber auch so ein ganz klein bisschen Traurigkeit mit rein, dass das so ist. Ja, weil eigentlich möchtest du ja mehr verbunden sein.
Genau, sei noch ein bisschen frecher. Was macht ihr Gremlin? Was kommt so, wenn sie so auf dich runterguckt? Zum Beispiel. Weißt, wie nimm alles, was du wahrnimmst. Okay, dein Gremlin, also wenn ich mal kurz, dein Gremlin spielt das Spiel von Überheblichkeit. Schaut gerne auf Menschen runter, damit er sich überlegen fühlen kann. Zum Beispiel. So, weißt du, das, was du, und sei bold. Du musst dich nicht rechtfertigen, warum und weshalb. Es geht darum, einfach mal in die Vollen. Du hast noch
Ja,
knappe Minute. Go.
okay.
Was ist noch? Was ist noch heiß?
Ja. Ja, da ist jetzt wie ganz schön viel Wut hochgekommen, dass Christine das gesagt hast und dass du jetzt, also dein Gremlin, den möchtest du nicht gerne, dass der Vorderhand hat, dass der da ist, dass der gesehen wird, dass der erkannt wird. Ja. Dass du, ja,
Super. Danke.
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 So, Sarah, it's your
Ja,
turn. Ich spring
ich,
mal weiter und komm wieder.
Danke.
Sandra, ich habe bei dir gescannt.
Whose turn is it?
I was about to begin my turn.
Great. Go ahead.
So, Alice, in your share, the first thing I noticed that like touched me right away was when you were sharing that you were at the women's lab and you said, I'm at the women's lab, therefore I don't know who I am, or, you know, you're declaring that you're in this space of knowing yourself again, or rediscovering that. And it was really touching to me when you spoke that. It, like, I scanned this clarity that you have in your mind right now and maybe often, as well as this humbleness and this willing to meet yourself over and over again and to discover yourself. And I loved that you answered that question, was saying that, you know, who am I? And that you're in a space of discovery with that. I also scanned that when you spoke that, it was like this doorway of, I know a little bit about the Women's Lab and that it's pretty new. And so like that, wow, like there's like probably this well of depth that you've already discovered about yourself, or that you're already in, or that, like, yeah, this sense of really being with yourself, that you're in this space of, that you're with your being, and you're in a container and in amongst people that are yeah, that's what you're in. And I don't know what to call that. It's like, it's how, yeah.
Okay, Sydney, you're this, like, this is, it's helpful. And what is even more helpful is, because this is where Alice is already kind of good at, right? And getting the X on the map is on both sides. It's like, this is what I'm really great in, or I can do this. And what is now helpful for the next 6 minutes is, where do you see her underworld? What about the box where you notice tension in her body, where you see the energetic shrinking or expanding, or what is it where she can see where you can see herself, not herself, but her, where she cannot see herself yet, so that you give her an accurate X on the map. And it's a dangerous one. It's not about being nice and kind and empowerment. It's about, this is also where you are. So be fierce and bold, and don't justify or something, but just say, your gremlin does this, your box is doing that, your box likes, your box hates, in this direction. Go.
Yeah, there was something in right when we got on this call in the beginning, when I was even just saying something about the hair and what was longer, it felt like there was this like tension or this anger that was present in your, yeah, I sensed anger in you. And maybe it was gremlin, like a gremlin way of wanting to be seen, or have a voice, or be noticed, or I'm not sure, but I do.
Yeah, and skip, Sydney, skip that. Like maybe,
Okay.
I'm not sure, but be bold and just say it. It's like, for example, Alice, what I notice is your gremlin is using others' identity to be with. It's like I'm in the women's lab or I'm in the bridge house, and there is something you can be attached to, and like, look where I am. I'm in the first woman bridge house. This your gremlin is feeding on that. And what I also notice is that kind of an aliveness, as soon as you spoke from the future, more aliveness came into you. It's almost that your aliveness is placed in the future and not, or your gremlin is placing the aliveness into the future and not be in the present now, where you are. And your box is definitely a good girl box. You know, like say it what you perceive, Sydney. What you perceived
Yeah,
when she was go.
Like my box is the good girl,
You're
or is it
using
me?
like I'm getting you,
Alice,
Christine.
yours.
Yeah, I'm getting you, Christine, but there's not that sword. It doesn't feel like accessible. Like, I mean, I intellectually hear you, and then like when you're telling me go, I'm like, there's like not really anything there.
Start with your gremlin or your box, your energetic body, and then the sentence is already opened and you're not,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm jumping further.
Thank you.
Fun.
Thank you.
Und dieses weniger im Jetzt sein zu müssen, bedeutet eben auch, deine Angst zurückzuhalten vor den Menschen, die um dich sind. Und wenn du merkst, dass du zu viel Energie da reinsteckst, anderen sagen zu müssen, was sie zu tun haben, dann fängst du an, deine Angst davor, dass du es immer wieder machen musst, mit deiner Wut zu mischen. Und dann diese ungesunde
I sense
And also perceive that there's not again this humbleness and this desire to want
I sense that
to see, like even as Christine was giving you what she was scanning, it was like,
that you keep your perspective very narrow. And limit yourself from possibilities
How is he doing
and
that, Scott?
opportunities.
Yeah. How is he doing this? Like, are you speaking from an energetic, mental construct? What are you referring to the narrow perspective? What are you scanning
Yeah, I didn't
for?
have, yeah, I don't have a lot of physical data, so I'm mostly scanning energetic.
Okay.
I'm scanning energetic. At least that's what I think I'm doing.
And what helps is also your gremlin does this. Your box is likes, hates. You know, when you start the sentence with this, or you're going into child ego state, because this is what I noticed. Go. Cool.
Yes.
So you have another
Thank
chance
you.
with another person. So we are
Thank you.
meeting in the space. And you have one more minute.
One more minute. Okay.
Yeah. So you can use that.
Okay. Well, I don't know you very well yet. Just speaking off the moment, I sense that you use your gremlin to block feedback.
Say that again.
I said I love seeing the nature in your background.
I love being.
Yeah, I'm complete for now.
Recording in progress.
Great. Where's Katrin? Lost on the space. She's coming soon.
He's knocking.
Now she's knocking. Katrin, I wanna say something. I'm gonna give you three pairs. Would you do the breakout? May I give you the words or the names
Yes.
and you write them? Volker
What?
Sidney.
Wait.
Yeah, can you just note them down because it's not you will not be so fast in the breakout.
Volker Sidney.
Sandra
that
Scott, Alice Sarah. Now I hear myself somewhere. I will mute. Yes. Okay, I think now it's better. I'm still hearing. God, can you mute yourself, please? Okay, thank you. Yes, much better. So what I notice is that, and that's super normal, that you want to be kind at the beginning. And you want to open the space with appreciation, maybe, or what the person does really well. So this scanning and noticing exercise it's about giving the X on the map to the person. And here, because you want to move towards evolution with your space holding, it's not time to be nice. It's a bit about time to be bold and precise. Even you have no idea what you're speaking about. And I heard you, Sydney. It's like, oh, I don't have the sort of clarity yet. Just do it. It's like whatever comes. And what helps, what I notice while I'm jumping around, what helps is to start your box. Your gremlin is doing this and that. It's not about I'm noticing this or and then go into a story what you're noticing, but be bold and say your gremlin is using superiority to dominate the space. Your box is a good girl box. You're shifting into ego states. What I see you doing is playing with your hairs before, something like this, right? And then it's like, oh wow, this is gold. Then the person can really write everything down, and it's not about justifying that you notice this inside of yourself and that you make it smaller than it is. Because this is exactly also what you will do with your clients. You don't explain yourself. They are there because you are the perfect match for their matrix. They want evolution and you're the perfect match. So it's not about justifying yourself, making yourself smaller than you are. And I know it's scary. Be bold and try it out. You can only fail forward. I think this is one of my most lovingly expression, failing forward. This is what we are doing here, failing forward with grace. And also to say, for example, you're in your emotional body at the moment you feel fear because, and then let it speak. Notice something, and I don't know. It's like something will come, and then speak it out. Be bold. Cool. So the next constellation, Katrin, are you? Yes, Sydney.
I would like to share just an experience that I was having yeah, like when you came in, Christine, you were giving feedback, like just go. And what was happening was, for me, was like, okay, like nothing's there. And then when I would just get into that place and just go, it's like, you know, I wouldn't know what I was going to be saying until I was saying it. And that's what I was thinking that you were coaching me on too, is just to say, let it come out. And then as I let it come out, I didn't even know if I believed myself. And also there was like this instant reflection of like, is that actually what's happening inside of me though? Is like one of the things I said was, again, this wasn't something I was really thinking about. It was in this encouragement of just go, of like, you feel annoyed when things aren't flowing the way you want them to. And as soon as I said it, I was like, is that just what's happening for me? And I'm perceiving that in her. And I just want to bring that up because I feel
great. So what is the inner, it looks like you're questioning yourself.
I am questioning myself.
Yeah.
Because
so what is the sentence? Because this is a beautiful entrance for an emotional healing process, or for also, for example, questioning yourself is one indicator of child ego state.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can notice this and then, okay, when I'm questioning myself, I'm actually not in the here and now as a present adult, but then you can move it to the side, this questioning, and then see what is happening.
Okay.
That would be one possibility. Or if there's also an emotion coming up, that's your next doorway, and it's great. Thank you for bringing it up and not just like letting it slip.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And this is exactly what you are kind of also looking for. It's the practice, but also your resistances are gold. This is what you're actually up for, also for the emotional healing dojos, right? It's like, this is where this belongs. And of course, if you're not getting triggered, you're not participating somehow, you know? So it's accurate, it's perfect, that whatever comes up, because it gets hot, it gets liquid. Cool. Katrin, you're ready.
Yes.
Did you put also the timer, like that the 20 minutes goes down? I don't know how you do this.
I shortly want to go to the bathroom. Is this minute included?
Go, Volker, go.
So,
Do you see the little wheel? There's a little wheel.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think it is automatically. It will be like that. The Häkchen are there.
Okay, and the minutes, I don't.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes.
Perfect. So it changed from my desk. Cool.
Shall I open?
Yes. And
Good.
Volker will meet Sydney in a minute, and Alice is also. Sarah. Go.
And we are doing the same thing.
Exactly the same thing with a new being in front of you.
I would like to shadow you.
Okay. Shadow me. Okay. Jump in, Volker.
Where will you go first?
I think I want to go to Sandra and Scott. And I guess Alice will be back.
Information from earlier from your share. one thing though that I did notice is that you said a lot of ums. A lot of ums throughout your share. My
What is
sense is
Um,
um
um,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. My sense is that you're in your head when you're saying
There was one of the things I noticed.
and it may have been the fear that of your English. It also could be something else. My sense is
right way to express a way that is clear, or what came to me was even like a way somebody in possibility management would speak. It's just like this kind of roboticness. And when you were speaking in your share,
sense is that your box
and really fully hear
doesn't like to receive feedback.
I think
There's a fear to receive feedback.
What's alive for you, what emotions are there for you.
is it the box or the gremlin, Scott?
The way I could feel you more when you're sharing.
Maybe both.
Because the box is more like the mechanic part. It's like, the box does not like cold or warm or what, like it's more specific.
Beliefs, yeah.
Yeah, but the active part and the executive part is the gremlin. So it would be more accurate to say your gremlin does not like to get feedback because, and then you can even make an assumption why. What is actually the driving force? What is
Yeah,
the gremlin hiding?
Yeah, thank you.
Feeling there's a lot in my chest right now.
I'm sensing that your gremlin doesn't like to receive feedback. To protect your box of that there's a
there's just a right and wrong.
Your box has a good girl complex of not wanting to be in
that there's
different than that.
a way you
And so the gremlin doesn't want to receive the feedback.
that feels safe. Or that's like a safe way to be. And a fear to just get messy, and that maybe there's even this like,
What are you perceiving in an energetic body or the emotional body when you scan it as a whole? It's like, where is the lack? Where is something contracting? Where is something missing? Like,
Okay.
cool. So I'm jumping
seems-
further.
It seems that your energetic body is
that there's just this tightness and wanting to just kind of break the dam so that this construct of how to express or how to be, that seems like it's fear that's holding that construct there. And in that it comes off like robotic and flat.
And is it emotional fear or feelings fear, Sydney?
emotional fear.
Yeah, cool. So then also say that I'm starting to do this with clients too, because I'm not assuming that they would know the distinction, or I can be even more precise and it's like I'm noticing emotional fear, and then there's another doorway, then feeling of fear. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just noticing an emotional fear around a way to express or a way to be, and being a certain way. Yeah. And that what's also in that fear is there's also just sadness, emotional sadness around doing that. Yeah, I seems like there's this anger that's like this anger and boundaries and clarity that wants to come through, and a deep longing to connect to people and to be seen and to be met and to connect being to being. And I think you could use more of your conscious anger to get to that.
So what you would say now, because then you're going into the coaching, right? What you could say is like, what I'm scanning is a lack of anger, which you could use. This is, it's kind of a bridge to coaching, right? But at the moment, it's just about scanning. It's like you're actually scanning that something is missing, or that he's not using. You're not using, Volker. You're not using your anger enough to XYZ.
Yeah.
One more minute.
Yeah, what I'm scanning is this anger and an anger to an anger, and there's of not being seen, of not being loved, of not being met. Wanting deep connection, wanting fulfilling, special connection with other people. And there's also sadness in that anger as well.
Great, thank you. Please change to the second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So, okay. Sydney. What I sensed, what I sensed in you when you were talking before was a kind of superiority, or that you don't really like to show yourself if you don't know, if you are not connected with somebody, or maybe also uncertainty to be open when you don't know the people. And I noticed also that your Gremlin uses a lot of stories how you should be. Or how the world is. And what I saw when you were giving feedback to me, I saw much more feeling sadness as a feeling. So it was easier for me to connect to you. When you were talking before, it was difficult for me to connect to you because there was a kind of wall in front of you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you that well. It doesn't seem like the volume, it's more like the just clear, like speaking more distinctly or something.
Okay, I cannot turn up my volume.
Better. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I see. I see at the moment more my pattern, that I get confused when so many people are in the space. What I said before. But I also want to take it as a chance.
What is her, like, how do you perceive her energetic body, her physical body, her mental body? It's really just a scanning. Use your fear and scan what you perceive. Be a receiving board. What's going on, Volker?
I feel my fear as an emotion.
Because you feel fear because
Because it's difficult for me to show myself, and not only to show myself, but also this not showing myself. My gremlin creates a lot of borders within myself, like confusion and shut down and something. I cannot connect at the moment.
yeah, it seems that
Maybe
now you're jumping into your head. You're somehow thinking about it. Also, like you're kind of you try to do something.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Connect with your center, your heart. Make a heart-to-heart connection with Sydney. Directly from your chest to her chest. You connect to her being. Everything is part of her being. The energetic, the physical, the box, the gremlin. It's all part of the being, or like the box is around the being, but it's somehow it's part of the ticket of being a being.
You like to be in a nice surrounding. You want to be in a good surrounding. Your box thinks that this is for you, that you have, I don't have the word.
Say it in German. I might help if you have it.
No.
Okay.
That you are made for nice surroundings. That you would not be in a place which just doesn't fit your measurement. You have a certain stories about how the life should be, how your life should look like, how where you stay should look like, where you are, how your a certain kind of comfort, or a certain kind of how you in what you want to live. Mm.
Yeah,
And I see that you are very devoted to development, that you want to go further in your spiritual path. That you want to change, that you want to see more what's going on. That you want to connect more to others. And you also feel your own boundaries in connecting to others.
we have 1 minute more. And how is her box or like her gremlin really using this? I'm special. You know, be even there more daring to say, to connect with your gremlin. What would your gremlin say about her gremlin? You know, it's like be more precise. There's this what I'm scanning, for example, is like there's this I'm chic and I'm elegant, you know, like this is how I want to, this is my lifestyle. A bit like in the tendency of the holy or the goddess guru, spiritual teacher. Cool. Great.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you. I want to do a short constellation, one more, and then we're gonna go into the logistics. So we would need to have 15 minutes at the end for preparing.
Wow.
Yeah. Whatever this
Oh.
was.
I mute myself.
So,
Taking care.
Katrin, may you open it again? Scott, Alice, Sarah, Volker, Sydney, Sandra. I would say this time we have 5 minutes each.
Okay.
Great. Whenever you're ready, push the button. Super.
I go my way again.
Great. Scott, you need to enter. Cool.
What now? You like to start? No.
I said I would like to go second.
Yeah. Yeah, and I scan you now. Yeah.
Yep.
Genau. Now there's your good girl box, which pretends that there's joy, and you do not like to hear it, and there is a lot of anger now that I say that, and you're always getting closed so that you can't really be in connection with me, and that you have got fear to be with me in this room and to hear these things. Even your mouth is getting closed and a bit stiff, and you breathe so that you get air, and yeah, now your gremlin says, no, I don't want to be here. It's too much pain there, and you're krümmen, you're making this can't be there in a right position. Yeah, you don't know how to hold your body.
And who is doing this? When you, for example, say, okay, she sits like this. I'm exaggerating, right? And it's who is doing this? Why? Like you sit like this, like a bow. You bow to the front because. What are you scanning? What is the?
It's a child who has got fear. Yeah, I have to do another. it's a child who has got fear and would like to be out of the room, who has fear to be in a connection with other people.
So yes, that's behind. Great. And what is in the front? What is she putting in front because she's afraid? What are you scanning there?
The gremlin.
Yeah, what? Gremlin is all the defense mechanism. Be specific. Is there a mask? Is there pretending? Is there a wall? Is there some whatever you sense? What is this? And like just say this, and then you're shifting to
There's a
Sydney.
kind of there's a kind of wall which is between me and you, and yeah, which protects you. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. So Sydney, it's your turn. I'm flying further.
I miss some aliveness and movement in your face, like with the static in your face, like your gremlin wants to not show something. It's a way of your gremlin of hiding something, keeping something back. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So
yeah, I've just finished. Yeah.
okay. Great. Thank you, Scott.
Thank
It's
you,
your
Alice.
turn. Super.
Okay. I don't have a lot of information from earlier. Scanning in this moment.
Do you see how you use a pause to actually not getting into the flow, Scott? So it seems to me that this pause, what you're creating until you say the first okay, and then I don't have any information before. It's like it's long pauses what you make. What is happening there? Inside of you.
I think that I'm trying to buy myself time to receive something to share.
Great. Write that down,
There
because
might be a doubt that's there because I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Because when you're in the mode, when your gremlin is in the mode of buying time, you cannot receive. It's like you're in your own way, because what you're doing is buying time instead of receiving. And there's also with your posture, your whole, you're almost like this, or I don't know what you do, but it looks like this, a bit more exaggerated, and kind of the politics in the front. It's like become relaxed, relax your shoulders, your arms, and then make a heart-to-heart connection to Alice.
Yeah.
And be with her.
that space that you just feel a lot of joy and knowing that you really value it a lot.
What are you scanning at the moment, Scott? What are you focusing on? If you're not focusing on something, you will get like a lot. But you tune
Yeah.
into the energetic body or the
I
mental
am,
body. Where?
yeah. I was applying what you suggested, which is connecting with the heart, and
You have another minute.
I'm scanning a lot of anger, like fierceness that you have access to. That's
fear that I'm
always available to you. I'm scanning
using your voice and speaking
and sensing that you have a very strong voice, powerful voice,
expressing
and that you
what you need to say.
can perceive a lot in other people.
What wants to be said, what you are scanning, seeing.
I'm sensing, scanning
2 seconds. 1. Hey. Welcome back. That was the first washing machine. Anything from your side? So some more minutes and then I want to shift into some logistics. What did you notice? What did you find out about yourself? Where is your X on the map? What's strike you?
Something I'm interested in knowing more about, and I have a story, we'll get more into this as this is just the first call, is just the distinction around the art of scanning and story making. And something that's been really on my mind a lot lately, just since my last ETB in lab and reading the Directing the Power of Conscious Feelings, so I'm just like noticing like everything's a story, and I've been like really contemplating that a lot. And I like what we just experienced, I definitely took away some things that are like great feedback and things to be with, and enjoyed the whole process of practicing scanning. And then there was also these moments of just like, this is so much story, and not that story is good or bad or right or wrong. It's just this is just what's alive for me and here with me in this practice, and something that I think I'm going to be like investigating and just thinking about a lot, because I think I have a story that like I want to be like, when I think about coaching and being with my clients, it's like I want to find that place that's like scanning and really scanning and like scanning beyond, but not making story. And I am not trying to figure it out right now. I'm just bringing up what's alive for me, because I know that this is like part of what we're going to be doing in this process. But I just wanted to speak that that's what's here for me right now.
Thank you, Sydney. And I think it's so accurate. But the most powerful what I see is when I'm with my clients, and also when I'm the client from others, as clearly the scanning is happening from the coach. Even there's of course, there's a story attached. But as more close the story comes to my inner point of reception, or like the receiving part, the resonance, as more I gain out of it. That's why I said be bold. And of course, it's a practice, but it's like, you know, exactly these moments in labs or also in the Expand the Box when something was hitting you. It was like, woof, it really hit you. And that's the more, it was a story. It was a story which someone was telling from the trainers, obviously. But it was like, wow, this is me. This is me. This is where it actually hits something which, and this gives you the reference point or the X on the map where you can transform, because before it was in the unknown. So of course we are making stories, but are the stories helpful for transformation, or are they there to perpetuate the low drama in life? No, it's always how you use. What is the purpose of using the story? And of course, it's not using it to throw the stone on the head of your client, but to be with the being and show the defense mechanisms. It's like, look, this is what I see. And I want to be with you, but this is blocking. Like this huge defense, whatever machinery is there. And you're pointing with a story, just one little thing out of it. And then it's like, wow, this is what I'm really doing. Because if we all know as soon as we are scanning inside, we are seeing these things. We are seeing the defense mechanism, the blocks, the energetics. It takes a while, but we are seeing them. And so we are giving stories so the client can see her or himself easier. Cool. Well, thank you because it's a different way of only kind of sharing what you're noticing without giving a meaning. It's a different technique. I think there are different methods out there. They're exactly doing this. In possibility coaching, we are adding the story, but of course, or the interpretation of what we are thinking. But it's about scanning, and of course, it's an assumption. And sometimes I'm even saying this. Okay, I'm assuming that, or my story is that. You can say that. It's not that, especially when the client is new to you. Then it's not. Because you don't want to scare your client away, but at the same, you don't want to marshmallow them at the same time. Cool. Yes, Alice.
Yeah, I just want to add, like, it amazes me how, like, in only I think 3 minutes we had of sharing, and then later when we have been in the breakout rooms with just being, how much there's already there. And for myself, I learned that my teammates like could mirror me, that I'm annoyed and still, like, I add the still, but and still not use enough my sort of clarity, that there's still this level of, like, not this full anger anymore, but like this level of annoyance is still there, instead of using more clarity, using more sort. And in my scanning, I noticed somehow underworld was more accessible for me to scan, although I also have seen upper world or beings unfolding. But I noticed in my giving feedback that I try to balance my feedback. Like, okay, if I speak about underworld and box, like, or gremlin, then I also want to say something which balances it. That's what I noticed about myself when I was scanning.
Yeah, I think a common theme in your group is definitely to be a nice girl or nice boy. you have a tendency all to have this box and to make it nice. And if you if you want to be nice to your clients, they will not get the full capacity what you can give them, because then you're hiding behind the clarity behind the good girl or good boy box.
Yes.
Yay. Thank you. So logistics for the ongoing journey, we want to have 3 EHP dojos, and one will be Fridays in the morning at 8:30 to 10. And Katrin will kick off, and I will do this 9 weeks from next week, not from this Friday, but from next Friday on. And Katrin will kick off the weekend dojo on Sunday evening, you said, this Sunday at 6 p.m. CET. And it would be cool to have someone holding space on Monday or Tuesday for an EHP dojo. Who would be available for that? And then it's rotating. So every space holder, or like the weekend and the Monday, Tuesday, depends what is better for the space holder, will pass the stick on to the next space holder. And as we are not,
That
can you say
Can
that
you
again?
repeat that again? That didn't come off clear to me. What days are the EHP and which day is the one that's the rotating?
So Friday is not rotating. I'm holding space there at 8:30 to 10, but it's AM in the morning. So probably it would be for the German ones, or I'm gonna do also one in the evening. Maybe let's see. And there is one on the weekends. It's Saturday or Sunday. In this case, Katrin will kick it off on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. CET, Central European Time. And it would be cool to have Monday, Tuesday, another one. And as we are a small group, it might be that 2 are enough. We will see, like how it will go.
That
We
would
will
be
Okay.
each week.
Tuesday.
each week, yes.
Yes.
And
I
you
can
don't
do
need
it
to
Tuesday.
you don't need to be on every EHP dojo, of course, but minimum one. That you do one process a week. That is really recommended. That you go with the flow.
Do
I
you hear me?
I will hold space for a third one.
Okay,
Probably on Tuesday I will come up with a time.
super, super. And I also thought about that if you have other groups which you are part of, and there are also EHPs around, you can also invite them here in the EHP dojo so then you have already practiced with new people. That would be also an option.
I propose that
Yes.
we post the dojos in the coaching Telegram group. The former trainees.
Okay, yes. Or there is a EHP dojo, the EHP collaboration. Is there not also a dojo?
Yes.
Okay, I will put mine, of course, because it's ongoing, and you also put yours because it might change. Because weekends it might be Saturday or Sunday. Do you all have access to the EHP collaboration group?
Yes.
No.
No.
No? Okay. I will send the link for the group into the chat. Okay.
I've got another question.
Mhm.
The dojo is there that we can hold space for another person and that we get a EHP.
Actually,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but if we invite another person, it's only for him that he can that we are the space holder for him, or
No, usually like EHP dojos is like there's a main space holder
yeah.
and it's about and then it's always about exchange. But it might be in open EHP dojos, people would say, I want to give on like I want to have an EHP and I want to hold space and receive also an EHP. You say this at the beginning and then you sort who
Yeah.
will match.
That I know.
Yes, but as you are kind of like asked to have minimum one EHP per week, probably you will both, or like all of you will have an EHP to do on your list. Yeah. Does
Yeah.
it make it clear, or is it was it, maybe I did not get it right, Sandra?
Yeah.
Did it?
If there another person is from the outside who comes into our group, he is also a space holder and to receive a EHP.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Or yeah. It might be. It can also be different. If the person say, look,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
cannot do this yet.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
but I want to receive an EHP, then you would hold space for an EHP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
For clarification, I heard you say one EHP for us a week is assignment. Is that receiving or holding space for?
Receiving and also minimum that you hold space for 1 or 2. Yeah. Like I would recommend, that was also the package of 8 to 10 hours per week is exactly these hours are added up. Holding space for HP, doing your own HP, going into the 3-cell and 4-cell, be here in the session, do other work, research. So 8 to 10 hours. Yes. So both ways. And there's another proposal from Katrin. Do you want to
Yes,
bring it?
I will hold space for watching recordings from former coaching sessions. And I will make a poll to find a good day where it fits the most. And so we can do that together and have a discussion. And I will also invite other coaches to do that.
Okay.
Yes, and Katrin, I'm really interested. I feel joy about your proposal. I want to participate. Would you be willing to schedule it like CET times, earliest late morning, like something not before 11?
Yes.
Thank you.
Cool. Great.
Let me check.
And there will be one 3-cell and one 4-cell. Or oh no. I'm not sure what is with Daniela. She wanted to actually participate, but she is not showing up. So we'll have a conversation with her. If she's not showing up, then you have 2 3-cells. I will send you the constellations in the Telegram group latest tomorrow morning because I want to check in first with her, and then I'm gonna send to you. And yeah, I thought about mentioning that probably if there is a 4-cell, maybe Katrin is part of it partly, but you can also say something. But if there will be probably only 2 3-cells, and Katrin is not in there because first we were two 4-cells. Okay. And so there are sessions which are starting mainly on at 6 p.m. like today. And then there are the dates which are shorter, 1.5 hours, mainly supervision dates or supervision sessions, and also Q&A, and there's a surprise session. I don't want to say something about this, but it's also a short session. I will put the dates also in our Telegram group, that you have everything in the logistics, and I will pin this. Yeah, and I think that was it for today, for now.
I have, I would like to be with Scott in the 3 cells, because I am doing more with men at the moment, and I would like to continue that if this is possible.
Yes, I think it's possible. I first thought to put you into the more German because of the day of the times, because Sydney and Scott and Alice are in a similar time zone
Okay,
as
I understand.
Sandra, Sarah, and you. That's why and you can still have a
What-
call with Scott anytime, not being in a 3 cell.
Yes,
He's-
yes, it's not about
yes.
that. It's more about, I mean, a 3 cell is also something. I was in this, for a while, I was in this White Widow calls, and I decided not to do it now, but still I think it's good for me to connect more with men. That's why I am in this Beyond Repair man's journey.
Okay. I hear you, Volker, and it looks like Sarah and Sandra are on your team at the moment.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. And you can practice holding back your sexual energy and check in.
Yeah,
How
it's
is
not
it?
only about that. Yes.
Yes. And
It's
you
more,
can
yeah.
you actually use this as a new reference point and use the space. Where you are now, you're already not the same person than, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months ago when you did these calls. Cool.
Sure.
Thank you for the space today. I will send also the experiments for this week. I will send in the chat by tomorrow, and then we're gonna see each other next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Ciao, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.